everyone, today I'm going to do a video about how my plants are doing in semi-hydro, so basically an update video. I will start off with what is closest to the window behind me, so my fiddle leaf fig. This is my fiddle leaf fig from Home Depot, and I repotted it once from soil into different soil. It hadn't grown at all until last month, and it has been in semi-hydro for a couple months now, maybe past that now, and these two huge leaves at the top are brand new leaves, so I think the plant is pretty happy. In this basket I have the original pot it came in, and since this is a really tall pot, I didn't fill it up all the way. There's holes in the bottom of this nursery pot, so I have a plastic saucer around it that I got from Home Depot, and it's just sitting in that, and then that's where the nutrient water is. And yeah, so my fiddle leaf fig seems to be very happy in semi-hydro. Now moving on to this wall. Everything pretty much has new growth. So this is my Philodendron Brazil, and there's new growth here and up there. And then this is my Monstera siltipicana. It was really long. It was basically one really long strand, so I ended up cutting it and then sticking it right back into the top so it could be fuller, and it's putting out new growth already. Since I cut it here, you can see new growth right there. My Cebu Blue is actually taking off. Now it's actually kind of trailing, and it looks much fuller. There's new growth happening there and down here as well. This is my donkey tail succulent that I have in semi-hydro, and I just have it in a laundry detergent cup, and it's doing fine. I mean, it's alive. It just doesn't really grow, but I don't really care because I think it looks really cute in a really small pot, so I don't really want that one to grow too much. And this is my heartleaf philodendron. It's putting out new growth as well. Still looking pretty awkward, but it's doing some work, as you can see there. And here I have my mixed neon pothos with my Pothos Enjoy. Yeah, there's not too much to say about that one. Here's my silver ripple peperomia, and I had that little mishap with it when I dropped it. When I initially repotted it into the semi-hydro, and then I dropped it, and I couldn't get it back in the semi-hydro because I broke off all the roots basically. And then I stuck it in water for a little bit and brought it back into the semi-hydro, and it's doing well. There are some pieces in here that are actually propagated, so I broke off the entire stem and then I just stuck it right back in there, and it grew roots. When I do stuff like that, when I have anything that has propagations in it, so anything that's like unrooted along with a rooted plant, because I tend to just stick it back in the plant instead of having it in a separate container, I just dilute the nutrients to half. So I will put in half of the nutrients that I mixed for all of the plants, and then have half full of water, just so it's not too strong for the unrooted plant, if that makes any sense. So this is my pink syngonium. There's new growth happening there and over there. This is pretty happy. The roots are actually growing down out of the nursery pot, and I was a little bit lazy to do something about that, so I kind of just left it for now, and I'll probably deal with it like next week or something. And here is my Ficus Audris. There hasn't been any new growth on this, and that's fine because it's not unhappy either. There's not much to say about that. Moving on to my plant bench here. This is my Ficus Elastica to Neeki, and it's putting out some new growth here. It's a really slow grower, and I mean, that's all the new growth I've seen in a while, but I mean, it's not dying. It's doing fine. Here is my Burgundy rubber tree, and it has some new growth, and I'll be honest, I'm not giving this one that much light, so I feel like it would grow faster if I gave it more light, but that's my fault. This is the Baby Rita cutting that I got from Valerie, and it is taking off. It looks pretty funny. It's fully rooted now. I guess it's not that purple because it's not outside, but I'm just gonna keep that there. I used to have this Scindaptus pictus cutting in that pot over there, but I decided to remove it because I liked it better on its own. It grew another leaf, and then I think a new one is starting in there somewhere. It's really small. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but this is in a Crazy Plant Guy pot that I got from Sharina's giveaway. This is my Silver Sword Philodendron that is also in a Crazy Plant Guy pot that I got from Sharina, and it's putting out some new growth here and there as well. So this guy is pretty happy in semi-hydros. Here is my green syngonium. It has some pink new growth. This one always puts out new growth no matter what. So I'm not even giving it much light and it seems to be doing just fine. So this is my Monstera, the one that had the root rot and the whole reason why I even started semi-hydro. So it's actually doing really well now. I made this PVC pipe moss pole and I got the idea from Kay. I basically just wung it and it turned out okay, and then ever since I put that up, it started putting out some new growth. So there's one here and then one little one back there, and then there's another one over here. Yeah, so it didn't put out any new growth until I put the moss pole up. So I talked about this in the past video, how when this wall was blank, I wanted to have the plant shelf up here. It's up now, and the brackets are brushed gold. So those brackets are from World Market, and then that is a piece of wood that was cut at Home Depot, and then I sanded it and stained it. It took 9 tries to find the right stain color. I thought it wouldn't be that complicated, but I had the sweetest employee at Home Depot help me, and he encouraged me to actually open as many as I wanted until I found the right color. A lot of the colors were not looking as advertised, so that's why it took so many tries. But I was having technical difficulties with this shelf. I normally like to do my DIYs and stuff on my own, but I really needed my husband's help with this one, so he actually put up this shelf for me. Thanks, Hubs. Up there, I have 2 of my awkward trailing plants. So none of my plants actually trail, which is why I started the hashtag barely trailing things Thursday, because all of my plants are barely trailing, as you can see. I'm actually gonna stand on the counter in a second so I can actually show you. Okay, so now that I'm all the way up here, this is a new leaf from the Marble Queen, and it's actually a pretty large leaf. Some of the leaves are pretty massive, which is why I like this one in the first place, because it just put out really large leaves. That I was a little bit worried because I had a lot of white on it, but I think I was right to be worried because I did cut off some of the leaves that were turning a little black because the white leaves can't photosynthesize as well. And other than that, it's doing okay. So there's that. And I have it in this terracotta looking plastic pot from Home Depot, and then, well, this is my saucer, but it's really just a shallow bowl that I thrifted, and then I have a matching one over there. This is the Philodendron micans that I got a while back, and it's putting out a ton of new growth. You can see all the new growth based on the lighter color. It's already looking fuller from when I first got it, because when I first got it, it had some messed up leaves, but I think it's starting to get covered by the new growth. I feel like if I had at least one more plant up here that was actually trailing, it would look a lot better, but this is what I got for now. So that is all of the plants that I have in semi-hydro. I don't actually have that many plants in general for someone who has a plant Instagram. No, I don't. Did you hear my husband? He thinks I have a lot, but that's the majority of my plants, and they're all in semi-hydro. I could show you my soil plants. The ones that I have in soil are my succulents that I have outside. I have one cactus over there in soil still. My large variegated monsteras in soil because I'm too scared to do anything about it. And I still have a ZZ plant and a couple snake plants that are in my room. And before I go, I actually want to show you, okay, I'm going to try to get off the counter without dying. Okay. My Variegated Monstera is actually doing amazing. It's still in soil, as I said. I finally got a nice basket for it because I left it in the white nursery pot for a while, but this basket's from IKEA, and I like the I think it's called a seagrass belly basket, something like that, but I think it's cute. It's shallow enough where it doesn't mess with the lower leaves because anything higher would just like snap the leaves off, and obviously that's not okay. But it has a lot of new growth. This guy decided to grow backwards, and yeah, so that's kind of awkward, but I'll show you the leaf. It has some variegation in it. This one is a newer one, and it has the fenestrations. Like, I love the holes in it, and the marbling is really pretty too. But the only thing with this guy is it decided to grow right on top of this other leaf. Like, so awkward. And then it is putting out some new growth over there as well. So, yeah, I love this plant a lot, but this had nothing to do with the semi-hydro stuff. I just wanted to share. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Bye.